What's going on, people, and welcome to my final Manchester United preview for the Premier League season. I will obviously be doing one for the final against Man City, FA Cup final. I will be doing that. But as for a league game, Premier League season, final game for United, Manchester United against Fulham tomorrow. I've gone with us to win the game narrowly. I'm going 2-1 to Manchester United. It's going to be very interesting to see the lineup that Ten Hag goes with that Manchester City final in mind as well. I think he should rotate, but I don't think he should rotate like heavily. I'll get into my lineup in a minute, but we don't want to miss certain players against City in that final. I don't think we're going to beat them anyway, but you never know in a one-off game in a final. But City, I think, are probably the best team in the world right now. It's going to take everything, luck on the day, things going our way, and us being at peak performance, which we're not one of them teams in recent years. We're not consistent enough, and City are miles ahead of us. So I don't think we'll win that final, but we still need to give ourselves the best chance, and that means rotating the squad tomorrow. So in case other players might pick and all sorts of injuries, we've got to be careful because of injuries. If players play tomorrow and get injured and then can't play in the final against City, they could be big losses. So it's a difficult one for Ten Hag tomorrow. But I fancy us enough, even if he rotates a bit, to get a result. But Fulham are a decent side, and I'm not taking them lightly. I just think at home with the crowd, final day of the season, we want to give our fans something to cheer about when they go home. I'm going with a 2-1 win. As for my lineup, I would go with De Gea in goal, keep him in. You could put Butland in, but I think De Gea, Golden Glove, he's high on confidence, brilliant form. I wouldn't change it. He never gets injured. I'd keep him in. De Gea for keeps. Delo at right back. Rest Aaron Wan-Bissaka and play Aaron Wan-Bissaka against City in the final. Play Delo tomorrow for me at right back. Varane and Lindelof as the centre-backs. You could go Maguire and Lindelof, but I don't want Maguire anywhere near this team. I think he will either play tomorrow, though, or he will play against City. So one of the two. If that's the case, I would rather him play tomorrow than play against City in the final. But I don't want him to play at all. So I'm going Varane and Lindelof as my centre-backs, and hopefully Varane don't get injured. Malacia at left-back for me. Rest up Luke Shaw for the final. And I think Malacia is a good replacement to step in. Casemiro and Fred as the two midfield for me. Casemiro is a risky one because he could get injured and miss the final, but I think we risk it tomorrow and he plays because we can't rotate drastically. And we need him in the midfield against Fulham. So Casemiro and Fred for me in the midfield. Sancho on the right for me, Eriksen at 10 and rest Bruno. Bring Bruno on later in the game if you have to, but I play Eriksen at 10, Sancho on the right, Garnacho on the left, rest up Rashford for the final against City, and play Martial up top if he's fully fit enough and he's capable. So that'd be my lineup, guys. I've got about 5 changes in mind that I would change up that would usually play with that City final in mind. So I fancy us to get the 3 points and end the season on a high. I think overall this season's been a fantastic one. Looks like we're going to get 3rd place. Champions League football is secured for next season, and we've won a Carabao Cup, and we could potentially win an FA Cup, which I know is going to be really difficult, but it's still there to take and for us to go and win. So overall, I think Ten Hag deserves huge credit. It's been a long season, it really has, and I think he deserves a lot of credit. And I think we will improve even more next season. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you soon.